The Curse That Begins at the Palace Gate. A deep dive review of Episode 1 of The Haunted Palace. Welcome to the haunting world of The Haunted Palace. A Korean historical fantasy drama that intertwines folklore, power, ghosts, and fate into one masterful tapestry. Episode 1 is not simply an introduction. It's a warning. A whisper from the past. A story that doesn't begin with peace, but with a broken promise to the heavens. Let's step into the world where gods abandon, ghosts whisper, and destinies collide. 1. The Immortal Who Could Not Rise. At the core of Episode 1 is a mythical tragedy. Gangchul, an Imugi, an ancient serpent spirit, has completed his 1,000-year training to ascend into a dragon. But just before his glorious ascension, a child sees him. Her gaze breaks the sacred order, and he falls back to earth, cursed to remain incomplete. That child was Yeori. From that moment, Gangchul becomes a shadow, bitter, vengeful, lingering around Yeori for 13 years. She becomes the symbol of his failure. But also the key to his second chance. His obsession with ascension is no longer just about transcendence. It's about reclaiming his purpose. His identity. His godhood. 2. Yeori, the woman who refuses her fate. Yeori is not just another heroine. She's born with shamanic power, destined to serve as a spiritual medium between worlds. But she rejects this fate. Instead, she chooses to live quietly as a glasses maker, far from rituals and spirits. Her grandmother, Neopdiok, a respected shaman herself, warns her of Gangchul and gives her the mystical Jonggwisok stone to protect her. During a sacred ritual, Neopdiok dies, leaving Yeori isolated, blamed by her village as a bringer of misfortune. Despite everything, Yeori clings to her desire for a normal life. But fate, like Gangchul, does not easily let go. 3. The death of love, the birth of possession. Yeori's first love, Yoon Gap, reappears, now a royal investigator entangled in court politics. He tries to bring her to the palace to help cure the mysterious illness of the crown prince. But he is assassinated before he can succeed. This moment fractures Yeori's already fragile world. And then Gangchul takes over Yoon Gap's body. What follows is a chilling, poetic shift. Yeori's beloved has become the host of the very being who cursed her fate. Her heart recognizes the man. But his soul is no longer there. 4. Madness in the Palace, a ghost awakens. Inside the royal palace, a terrifying mystery brews. The crown prince suffers from violent seizures, hallucinations, and supernatural strength. Unseen forces drive him mad, and the royal family silences all rumors, refusing spiritual aid. Behind this, we learn, is the Palcheok Gwi, a powerful ghost born of deep rage. According to the ghost Suzal Gwi, Palcheok Gwi has already devoured Yoon Gap's spirit and now possesses the crown prince. Its goal? To consume the palace from within. Power and ghosts, politics, and ancient grudges, these forces merge in a terrifying balance. 5. Ghosts as more than horror, the poetry of sorrow. The Haunted Palace doesn't treat ghosts as jump-scare props. Instead, they are mournful, tragic beings, each with a story, a grievance, a broken connection to the living world. Episode 1 introduces traditional Korean spirits. Palcheok Gwi, Yagwon Gwi, Suzal Gwi, and the one-legged ghost. But they're not monsters. They are remnants of unresolved grief. Director's vision is clear: ghosts are not to be feared, but to be understood. Their haunting isn't just terrifying, it's deeply human. The makeup, performances, and visual design enhance this realism, balancing eeriness with empathy. 6. The roots of power and the cost of silence. Power is not just political in this drama, it is spiritual. The palace hides the prince's illness, refusing exorcism rituals. They cite law, tradition, and dignity. But beneath it lies fear. The Queen Dowager's silent memories suggest a past assassination. A king once killed, justice never served. And now, ghosts return not for revenge, but for truth. The drama uses the prince's possession to comment on how buried sins return, often stronger than before. Truth repressed becomes a haunting. Power abused becomes a curse. 7. The Imugi's desire and the woman who holds his key. Gangchul's desire to ascend is no longer pure. It's not just spiritual, it's personal, desperate, obsessed. And Iori? She becomes the hinge between the worlds. Human and God. Love and grief. Memory and vengeance. Gangchul wants her power to rise again. But the more he sees her, the more something changes. What once was hatred may become something else. 8. Shadows ahead. Where does this path lead? Episode 1 ends with silence. Yoon Gap's body walks again, but his soul is gone. Iori stands between a dead past and a cursed present. And the palace trembles under the weight of secrets. What lies ahead? Will Iori embrace her powers or lose herself in denial? Will Gangchul's obsession twist into love or something darker? And what does the Palcheok Gwi truly want? Final thoughts. More than fantasy, a reflection of truth. The Haunted Palace is not just a ghost story. It is a story of power, how it corrupts, how it hides, and how it returns. It is a story of women who carry the burdens of history. It is a story of fate, twisted and broken. And it is a story of how ghosts are often nothing more than truths we refuse to face. This first episode lays a powerful foundation. Fantasy, history, and emotion woven into a compelling world that demands we pay attention. Stay tuned for our episode 2 breakdown, where we dive deeper into possession, politics, and the rising power of the unseen. If you felt something watching this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us on this haunting journey.